So, on your actual class, you need to make sure people are, taking notes and that your information is super, super, super valuable and relevant. You don't just want to be dropping some generic stuff that they've already heard. You want to make sure that it's actually super valuable and they are thinking in their head like, holy shit, why is this free? Right? So yeah, that's what it gotta feel like. It's gotta feel like they've just paid 2K for it and you're just delivering massive, massive value. So yeah, how that's gonna look like, you just wanna now how's that gonna look like? So yeah, the actual value part, you wanna have that around 45 to 60 minutes. The rest of the webinar is gonna be framing and the pitch and Q&A. But yeah, the actual sauce part, I think the perfect time for that is 45 minutes. And if you're running a B2B, it could be even longer. You could even run a 3-hour webinar. Do not sleep on the Q&A. So yeah, a lot of people treat a Q&A as an afterthought, but it's actually super important. And pretty much a Q&A section is basically a webinar equivalent of objection handling on sales calls. So number one, it reveals what objections were not handled during your presentation and or your pre-webinar materials. Next, it helps you identify exactly what's stopping people from buying, and it gives you literally a second chance to overcome those and get them to either purchase the product or book a call. One answer question might be the difference between someone buying or not, and most commonly, dozens of others likely have the same concern. So, again, the beauty of a webinar, it's a sales call one to many, not one-on-one. So, you're literally handling question of someone, that maybe a lot of others have as well. Next, demonstrate expertise in real time under pressure. So, anyone can deliver a scripted presentation, or okay, not everyone, but you can practice that a lot. But answering questions in real time, with the pressure, not everyone can do that, and it just creates insane credibility, and it shows you that you are really an expert. Which they should already trust, but this is the last nail in the coffin, because as well it builds genuine connections because you went from just talking to the people, just presenting, showing them stuff to actually connecting and communicating with them. So they just feel a lot better that they're actually talking to you and not just listening to you.